to our third chat or live chat with AAVEA. Today we're just going to have a pretty informal discussion around the TBCSA's new Opus app, which allows us to get all our protocols in place and everything ready. Excuse me. So yeah, firstly, welcome and thanks again for joining us. I think it's there's a couple of other conferences, I believe, or webinars going on at the moment. So thanks for choosing us and learning a little bit more. If I just from the guys that have joined us, 2 or 3 that are there, is anybody actually using the Opus app at the moment? Is anybody using it? Anybody tried it? Anybody opened it yet?
No, we haven't tried it yet.
Haven't tried it yet. Okay. Sure. So look, if you're anything like me and trying to get your head around the government's regulations and protocols around opening any type of attraction or foodie restaurant or anything like that, it's pretty challenging. I mean, it can take you hours and hours of research to get through to the Department of Health's understanding of what you need to do. And I think the app puts it all into perspective. It's got a really nice little layup of what's required of you, screening guests, your cleaning protocols and things like that. So it's really simple. If you go, I've actually got a link to it here. I don't know, Lee, can I share onto the comments just I'll just share it quickly if you guys don't mind. If you have a look in the chat area, I've just shared a link, and quite simply, you would just go on there. You could just open it up, register your business. It's going to ask a couple of questions, business registration name, who the members or directors are. Fill that all in. And once you've done that, it'll send you all the logins. You can then opt for a free or a paid version, where you can get a more extensive list of uses out of it. But essentially, the free one gives you access to a kind of well, I think the exact term is travel safe, eat safe certificate that you can put up with the World Tourism and Travel stamp on it. So effectively what you'd go in and register your business, say that you've complied to all these protocols. You can then print off the certificate, pop it up on your establishment's wall, and any visitor or people going to eat at your restaurant can then see that you're now complying to both international and local standards of protocols. So it is really step-by-step, really easy. And the idea is to get everybody up with one of these certificates up on the wall to say, this is what we do, we comply 100%. So yeah, if you want to make ask a couple of questions, please feel free. I mean, I've sat and played with that app for quite some time, so I think I've gotten used to it now. But I think I'll ask Sabine to maybe give us a bit more back into how it was created and who powers this whole thing. Over to you, Sabine.
Hi everyone. Ebert Adams, I don't know if it's intentional. We can just see your seating light. There's so few of us on this live chat. Can you hook it down? Are you there? And Craig, you're very familiar, but I can't place you.
Yes, Waterfront Charters.
Oh, sorry, of course. Yeah, see half your face. All right, got it.
You also look very familiar. Who are you?
Sorry, Craig. Yeah, no, and the voice. Sorry, I could only see half your face. Okay, Waterfront Charters.
And that's Jackie. Yes.
Hi, Jackie. For those who don't know me from African Association of Visitor Experiences and Attractions, Johnny Gardner from Happy Snappy and also on our board. Fazila Williams from TMAC, give us a wave from the Cableway. Fazila, give us a wave so we know who you are. Cool. And Mokulu Boshelo, where are you from? Can you hear me, Mokulu? No, okay, cool. Craig, so how much do you know about this Opus app?
Nothing actually.
Okay.
I mean, we were on the webinar yesterday with the Waterfront for opening up all the attractions, and obviously someone is going to set protocols, I presume, for how we will work as activities. But in the meantime, we've just been starting with our own online booking system, where we can obviously track people's names and numbers and things like that for when they're allowed on the boats. And they can also do a questionnaire.
Okay, so I think it would really be useful for you to download this app. It is free, and it means that you're then in keeping with what the rest of the industry is doing. It's actually, I mean, AAVEA worked very closely with the Tourism Business Council to make sure that experiences and attractions were included. Because in the beginning, of course, they left us out, as they always do. And we fought quite hard to have one very significant thing changed, which would be important for you to understand. There's quite a, to my mind, overly intensive tracking questionnaire. And if you look down at the protocols, because it works together with the COVID-19 protocols, which is on the AAVEA website, you will see that there is a statement that says if people are in the attraction or in the experience for 3 hours or less, then these very extensive tracking thing doesn't count, because you're literally asking people if they're overweight and if they're smokers, and it's crazy. So that, I think, is the most important thing for you to know. But have a look at the COVID-19 protocols first that are on our website. They're actually very simple. If there's extra information you want, also on the AAVEA website is the IAAPA protocols. And remember, they are all guidelines. I think the only legal requirement is mask and physical distancing. The rest is a guideline. But there's no need for you to reinvent the wheel. It's actually all there. There's really no extra work required if you don't want to do it. And the Opus app is there for you to track and sign a pledge and have the sign up for free. And it's all done for you, basically. Hi, Ebert. We were trying to figure out where you're from. Put your mic on. Which
That's a person.
put your microphone on. Hi, Ebert. Tell us
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, it's Stephen. I'm sitting with Ebert. She's just out. We're from Sunby, National Biodiversity Institute.
Yes, fantastic, Stephen. I know some of you are attending our conference as well, which is great. Cool. So, Stephen, are you also in charge of COVID-19 protocols, or is that something that you're getting involved with in the gardens? Or?
Well, we're not involved, but they do consult us because we work at events and conferences. So they do consult us when they setting those protocols.
Okay, cool.
We're not directly involved, but we've been consulted on a regular basis. Yes.
So really, I mean, I think the main aim of this conversation, and Fazila, if I recall, you said you've worked quite closely with this Opus app, so perhaps you can give us your feedback. But for you, Craig and team, the main aim of this is just to say all the resources are there for you on our AAVEA website, the COVID-19 protocols with specific attention to attractions. If you want additional ideas and help, look at the AAVEA ones, the IAAPA ones, and then the app is there for you to track and monitor yourself and sign a pledge. And we're asking, TVCSA is asking the entire industry to do it because it has been approved by the World Travel and Tourism Council, WTTC. So between those three things, you've got absolutely everything you need. And there doesn't have to be that much extra work running around, I don't think, in my opinion. Fuzzy?
No, so the app is pretty simple. And it's really just most of it is a yes, no answer. Mostly answer no, because that means you checked your safety tick list, and then it's just a signature and it gets emailed to you immediately. It takes about 10 minutes to complete, and you get it that day.
Johnny, I know you said you also had a...
Yeah, I think the app is, I think, the resources are great from the AAVEA website with IAAPA's information. It's great. And I found myself reading it over and over again because you can get lost in it, where I found the app kind of simplifies it all from a tracking perspective. And even just going through those daily checks, you can see what you should be doing. Because effectively anybody comes and audits you from Department of Labor, anybody like that, they want to see that you've kept that data or at least have an idea of what the protocols are. So I can't stress enough going to check out the AAVEA website. But again, Fazila's right. It's so simple. It's really yes, no questions. It takes you 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, to do the pledge took me 2 minutes. And you've got options there where you can, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you've got daily cleaning lists or registers. You've got staff in and out. You've got guests in and out. So you really can track everything, which is great. And I think it's actually something we've all needed. And if we can all comply to it, I think it gives us a nice a couple of tools or ammunition to go to the government and say, we're all ready, we've got it, let's open. So no, I must stress, if you guys, also if you have any questions, I can walk you through it, even if it's after this. Okay. Does anybody have any questions on it now? Sorry. Has anybody tried it?
I had a look at it, but I don't currently run an attraction, so I ran out of steam because my house isn't that clean, I have to admit.
No, we did it as Happy Snappy, we work within a lot of attractions, and often we're governed by their protocols. But I still found, even though we're using those protocols, it's good for us to have our own track. You know, people can, you don't like to think they all do it, but they can mislead you on a questionnaire. So we do the same thing, and I think going through it for all the 6 attractions we work with, it's been great. And we have access to that data. And, you know, if we need anybody flagged immediately before they come on site, you know, then we've got all the quarantine facilities on site and things like that. So, again, I would say give it a go. It's really quick. Print off that pledge, get the mark of approval, and people will feel a lot more comfortable coming to the attraction. Okay. Cool. So I think can everybody see the link there in the comments to go and open it up? You don't have to do it right now, but do click on it. You'll get once you've signed up, you'll get a message back, and you can go on there. You can use it on the desktop or on your phone. I've seen some people actually using an iPad, you know, but screening guests as they come in and they stop, and that works really, really well. Some people just use their mobile phone, some have a desktop setup, but quite extensive. So click on it. Again, you'll see, if you log in, you can actually search for other businesses on there. I think it's the paid version, where you can go and search for suppliers as well. You can also then see, I mean, I've seen the Southern Sun Hotel, I've seen a whole lot of different companies that are already signed up and ready to go. So it's not as though we're the first breaking ground. There's lots of guys using it already. So please do check it out.
I also think both domestic and international tourists will want to see one form of protocol uniformly rolled out through South Africa. You want to go to one place and it's this, and another place and it's that. So, you know, again, I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is the protocols that have been decided, and I've looked at them. There are none that are out of line, aside from and this is my personal opinion, this long questionnaire for if somebody's overnighting, I think is way over the top, but that's my opinion. It doesn't apply to attractions, so that's good news.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's sorry, I've just got 1 or 2 more people joining. I'll let them in quick.
So while we're waiting, who's coming to our conference next week, Thursday? Fazila, you are, hey? Johnny? Are you, Craig? Okay, cool. Have you signed up?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I know Sandy has. You guys are sending a big team. Craig, yes. have you registered already?
No, I got the mail from Rosita and Audrey yesterday, so I must just follow the links. So, okay. But I'll do it this afternoon or tomorrow if I get a chance.
Great. It's I think it's the as I've said, is that as much as COVID is a schmangle in our lives, the one benefit is that we're managing to get some international speakers that we could never afford to fly over, and they're able to give us their time virtually, which we'll never get that opportunity again, I don't think. So we've got a really amazing lineup of speakers, including my hero. Well, I've already got the book packed because I'm going away the weekend. The Experience Economy, Joe Pine, who is the guru on it. So I think it'll be really good.
Absolutely. So I've just seen 1 or 2 others join in. If you can hear us, I think switch your camera on, or maybe we can just give you a bit more info on what we've been talking about. We're just chatting a little bit more about the Opus app that TBCSA has launched for us as an industry to use to kind of streamline our protocols. And if you have a look at the comment section there, you'll see all the info on how to download the app, how to look at it. But it's really, really simple. And if you do have any questions after or you get stuck, you can give us a shout. I mean, you can speak to anybody at AAVEA and get my details, and I can take you through it. Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Roxanne. Is that Roxanne from Mocha? Why don't you put your video on? Come say hi. Nolita, from Robben Island. I'm trying to see who's here. Fatima, we know. Craig.
Cornet.
Cornet, where are you from? We're such a small group. There we go.
Morning.
Hi, come on. How you was part of this is okay. Hi, Lolita.
Hello.
Tell us how you are.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Roxanne, how are you doing? Are you surviving?
Very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good. Thanks for joining us. Are you coming to our conference, I hope?
I'm not, but Michelle from our sales and marketing is coming through. She's our new head.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
Roxanne, I know you were there last time. So tell us, what's the latest update with MoCA? Do you have an opening date? I know you've taken my Kentridge exhibition down, my absolute favorite exhibition.
Yeah, it's been a massive process, obviously taking William Kentridge down. It's our biggest exhibition to date. So it's been a lot of pressure and we're very sad to see it go. However, there is going to be some incredible new exhibitions coming up. Something very exciting that's going to be happening from October is we'll have 2 floors of Cape Town artists. So it would literally just be local artists, and I'm hoping this will appeal to our local community to come and visit the museum. We have not received our opening dates yet, but we are hoping for September.
Well, I think I often quote, and I don't mean this horribly, but when people were talking about, when I was working with IAAVEA globally, and they were asking me about what capacity issues should museums in South Africa be considering, I was like, we don't have a capacity issue in our museums. We'd be very happy with our normal numbers, which still gives us a lot of distance. Roxanne, have you seen that Opus app? Because as frontline desk manager, it'll be quite relevant to you.
I'm going through it right now as we're talking. Yeah. But if I have any queries, I'll send them through to you. Thank you.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's all there. And then, as I say again, we know as much as you do, basically. But yeah. I know Johnny and Fazila, but you really shouldn't. Cool. And Nolita, you are from Robben Island, right?
Robben Island, yes.
Cool. And you
okay, and also from my side, because I tried logging onto the app and it requested the owner's ID. Yes.
Okay, you just got to register first. That's probably what it's. I had the same problem. You've actually just got to make sure that Robben Island is registered, and then it shouldn't kick you off. Or you should then give you can then dictate what you've actually got to enter your mobile number, and then it sends you a one-time password, and then you can set it up. So I think I'm sure the link will be in the comments there. I don't know if I shared the correct one. The tourismopusbusiness.com. Just go to the register, and then it's quick from there.
Thank you. I'll do just that immediately.
So when can we next get on a boat? Sorry.
Sorry?
Yeah.
When are we getting on the Robben Island boat?
That's the thing, because the Minister of Arts and Culture actually said museums can open within certain regulations, but the Department of Transport are still saying no ferries for leisure. So we can appoint the museum, but we cannot take the people over to, but we, from our side as Robben Island, through our council, we've actually written to the Department of Arts and Culture to please speak to the Department of to the Department of Transport to actually present our case as Robben Island Museum, because currently we're hemorrhaging funds. We're not having any revenue coming in, and 65% of the organization comes from our tourism activities.
Sure.
So
how much percent? How much percent?
5% of operations from the department. We only get 35% that goes to our heritage side, but for our tourism operations, we only sustain ourselves. So currently we're using our savings to meet up our obligations with regards to rent, with paying salaries, and just maintenance of all the facilities on the island. So we actually at a very desperate situation where we wrote to them to say they must just please allow us to take people over. But we're also looking at our mainland offerings that were sort of mid-term before, because we had this whole operation going over to the island. But I guess COVID-19 has given us an opportunity to actually say, let's look at our mainland offerings. So we're going to be launching something now in September with regards to our mainland operations. You should all look out for it. It will be quite interesting, yeah. So that's what's been going on. But we also hope in 2 weeks' time, we can be told that everything is fine. We all need to go back and operate.
You know, I saw a friend of mine last night. He's the Western Cape public health specialist, whatever, and he's the guy who's busy tracking all the numbers directly and reporting to Western Cape government. And he was showing me the graphs. I mean, the curve in every single version of the curve that you can think of, as they're tracking 1,000,001 things, is definitely, I mean, it definitely has come down. I do think though, and I know Fazila, you wanted to say something, but I do think a caution to all of us is that opening is one thing, having flights starting to arrive is another thing, having significant number of international tourists is a third thing. And we must just be very cautious in this interim period, because the significant number of international tourists is the big one, and it's, in my opinion, still a long way off. So I think some operators I've spoken to have been a bit naive around how quickly things are going to recover just on opening, and I think we all need to be very cautious about that, and really because the financial sustainability for all of us is at such, is at stake.
There's a great conference next week, actually talking about all of that. I can't remember what the conference was, but it's a beautiful where we can maybe learn a bit more about opening. Okay, great. Any other questions regarding the app or regarding how AAVEA can support you guys anymore? Is there any other questions that are top of mind? Anything coming up? No, not at this stage. Okay, I think that's really it then. So, Fazila, sorry, I cut you off earlier. Was there something you wanted to say as well regarding the app?
No, I just wanted to say to Nalita that you can ask TBCSA after you've registered and everything, if you need to put your CEO's signature on the form instead, they're happy to reissue the form as long as you register and your attraction is in the database.
Thank you, Fazil.
Awesome. Okay, Savina, anything from you in closing?
No, just really looking forward to next week.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.